So if I look at the center term as x to the 1/2, so the question is, if I take x to the 1/2 and square it, would I get x to the 1?
Yeah.
X to the 1/2 times 2 over 1 is x to what power? X to the 1 power. So the answer is yeah. So that says it falls into the pattern. So u is going to be x to the 1/2, and if I square x to the 1/2, we know that's x. So my new equation would be, wherever I have an x, I put u squared. Wherever I have an x to the 1/2, I put a u, plus 8 equals 0. This factors into u minus 4, u minus 2. That equals 0. So that u is 4, u is minus 2. But I'm not, or u is plus 2. I'm not particularly interested in what u is. I'm interested in what x is. So this is a big page, so I'm going to move it down. So if I know that solving for the variable, u is 4, u is 2. I'm not interested in u, but what was the original u? X to the 1/2. So that tells me that x to the 1/2 equals 4, x to the 1/2 equals 2. And now, how do I solve this equation? Square both sides. So x to the 1/2 squared is just x, and this is 16. X to the 1/2 squared again is just x. This is 4. I have x is 16 and x is 4. Now I need to make sure that indeed, if that is the case, that I'm going to check my answer. So I'm going to do, I have space up here, so I'm going to start to check here. I go back to the original equation. The original equation is x minus 6x to the 1/2. That's really the square root of x, plus 8 equals 0. So if x equals 16, is it true that 16 minus the square root of 16 plus 8 is equal to, and I missed something, 6 times the square root of 16. Is that equal to 0? Well, this is 16 minus 6, square root of 16 is 4, plus 8, which is 24 minus 24, which is 0, and it checks. So that's an answer. If x equals 4, is it true that 4 minus 6 square roots of 4 plus 8 equals 0? Well, this is 4 minus 6 times 2 plus 8, which is 12 minus 12, which is 0, and it checks. So both of them work. And you can say, well, why do I need to check my answers? Well, I need to check in this instance because if I take a look at my variable, I have x to the 1/2, which is the square root of x. Square root of x has a domain issue. So x can't be negative. So that says that x has to be positive. So the radicand has to be positive. And oftentimes what happens is when I make the substitution, it removes part of the problem. So you've got to go back to the original to make sure it works. So where you've got domain issues, you have to check your answer. But no radical, no denominator, all real numbers, no problem.